Jason Gray paved the way, changed the rate, released the pain, least you sane, getting paid, trend setting, brighter days, doper rap, tighter sets, high and deadly, I'm a fighter jet, journey.
WrestleMania has come and gone, and we have releases, right? This is one of my favorite things because when these kind of things happen, all of a sudden Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, whatever your favorite platform is, becomes anti-WWE, anti-Triple H.
Whoa,
right? So the funniest point.
You said it wrong. It's always been anti-Uncle Vince.
Well, Vince is gone. We got to throw it at Triple H now.
But
and people on Twitter are actually calling. Huh?
That's what I'm saying. The last 40 years has been Uncle Vince. This is going to be the first time ever that's going to follow Triple H.
And people now are calling Triple H a racist on X because everyone who got released was of color in the beginning, which was absolutely nuts to me. The biggest surprise is obviously Jinder Mahal, right? Like former champion, booked super strong. That's the one you go, well, oh shit, didn't see this coming, right? Like, okay. Rob, please, I know you know the 6 other names. Throw them out there, please.
Okay, the list in no particular order as I remember them is obviously former World Heavyweight Champion Jinder Mahal, Veer, Senga, Zion Quinn, Xia Li, Von Wagner, and Cameron Grimes was announced today.
And the first day was the 5 being all minorities, the 3 Indians and then the 2 Asian folks. So everybody's going, oh my God, they're getting.
Yeah, that was very poor optics.
Yeah, that was all the minorities are getting kicked out.
Yeah, you should have threw Cameron Grimes in the mix of that, just.
I gotta say, especially since it turns out that Von Wagner was like released literally at the exact same time, and it just wasn't announced. Like,
okay, so
did not know that.
Now we get to have some fun with this. Y'all know the names. I know Cameron Grimes, former $1 Million champion, as the partner to Andrew Everett. Trevor Lee, the caveman of Impact Wrestling. I got to see him come in with GFW, had the cool fucking angle, all that good shit. Trevor Lee.
But you remember how they came in with? Remember how they came in when they do the GFW takeover?
I was there. I loved it.
Yeah, that's what the first time we saw Trevor Lee was on that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, he was perfect for the X Division, super athletic, just some cool shit. Him and Andrew Everett. I'm not sure how come he didn't work in NXT because I thought he was pretty well. They even put him with the $1 Million belt, so I was like, okay, they're gonna do something with this guy. I think that he'll probably transition back to Impact Wrestling with the X Division, which would be pretty cool. I really don't see him fitting in MLW because I just don't see that happening.
AEW?
Nah, I don't think AEW. I think the only one AEW might go real crazy for is Jinder, right? Like, because he's a former WWE champion, so they're going to want that. Have the, oh shit, look who just came out, big announcement again, right? Like, Jinder is the guy that I think that goes AEW. Now, you like the guy. Pause. What was his name?
Which one was you talking to? Me or Muffins?
Muffins. He was in NXT. You said they dropped the ball with him.
Dan Wagner?
No. The Asian dude, right?
Because he was a pitcher for the Pittsburgh.
Beer.
Yeah, he was a baseball pitcher back in 2008.
Nah, Beer, man. You like that other dude, Kwon Lee or Kwon, whatever?
Oh, Cyan. Quinn
that
Cyan.
Guy.
Yeah, Quinn Cyan, yeah. But see, to be honest with you, out of all those 7 people that were released, I don't see any of them hitting AEW. I see all of them. If they stay in the States, it'll be Impact or N.W.A. or even MLW. But like I see Jinder Mahal in Impact Wrestling. Just because he's Canadian.
Really?
Just because he's Canadian. He's an Indian Canadian or Canadian Indian, whatever. And in July is when his 90-day complete clause is done. And they're going to be in Montreal doing one of their pay-per-views in mid-July. So his contract might be up by that time, and he'll be perfect for Impact Wrestling. He'll be perfect for Impact Wrestling, especially if he takes both of those monsters with him there. So
TNA has its history of bringing in, trying to make inroads in India. And bringing in Indus Sheer would be a way to kind of continue that trend.
Big time. Indus Sheer would be big time Indian. They're always spewing about how their India, channels and stuff like that. And, back in the days when they had that they were paying the guys the rubies or whatever. Remember when they went to India, they were paying people to go to the shows. It wasn't true, stuff like that. But that'll be a big coup if they could bring in this year or even Jinder Mahal or even all three back to Impact on top of what they already brought in, which they brought in Santana. They just brought in Sammy Khan and just came back again. And who else just came in?
Matt Hardy, but he said the free agent. Your man Whack Hardy.
Hardy's back.
Your favorite hero, Whack Hardy.
Yeah, your boy there with
that's your favorite. That dude is a bird, yo, and he knows he's a bird. Yo, listen.
All I know is
he's been in the industry for 40 fucking years, and he has one fucking saying that popped off, delete, which is one of the corniest things I've ever seen. And he's living on it.
All I know is this: it's a different ownership now. The baby mama's not gonna be there backstage doing shit, bringing all her 5 kids to the ring, all tied up from front to the back while she's playing the piano. That shit's not gonna happen this time around. So
they got the crazy part is with Anthem. My fault, Rob. I gotta say this. Anthem got no fucking spine, right? Like, I don't know if Ed Nordholm is still fucking dealing with shit.
No, he's not.
Because this dude and his wife did that fuck the owl thing, going at your company. Like, they fucking shitted on you. And you're gonna be like, yo, come through? To me, that's if you ever disrespected a company I work for, that's my company, and you shit on my shit, homie, if I see you, I'm spitting on you, like, on some real shit. I am not going to take a picture with you with your fucking arms around you. Fuck out of here.
Well, it's wrestling. And so forgiveness comes when there's money to be made. Like, that look at how many people Vince McMahon burned over the years.
But that's Vince, though.
Well, but still, like, yes, he's got history, he's got name value, generational name value, but still, wrestling is carny. If both sides can make a buck out of the dealio, it's going to happen, basically. Unless you really think, unless you really got mores going into this, which we also know, mores is a big thing in professional wrestling, either. So it comes down to the almighty dollar. Everyone can make money off of it.
You got mail. Who's got fucking AOL.com right now?
That's my thing. Every time I get mail, email, it tells me you got mail. But but what they're doing now, a lot of those guys like Jinder Mahal, who's been there for a year, Cameron Crane's been there for 5 years. Now that he got cut, he has to work 90 days. I'm pretty sure he'll go the route like everybody else is doing. Hit the indies, hit Impact, work for MLW, work for N.W.A, work for Japan, make some money like they've been doing now. Go out there into the indies, make that money, and get your name up again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Trevor Lee,
anytime
he's got indie street cred. So like he was the road warrior of that. All those folks that have been released. He was the road warrior of all of them.
Yeah.
Like, he's the guy with the most extensive indie background.
And anytime Triple H calls that phone and Triple H gets that call and they called them, they're gonna go running back to WWE. Period. They say, yo, we need you back. We'll do this, blah blah. They want to get that yearly salary that they know anything happens to me, I have my insurance, I have my money. I break a knee or something, I'm gonna get the surgery, I'm gonna get the rehab, everything's gonna be paid for. I don't have to wear shit. I don't have to go fund me anything because I'm taken care of. So a lot of those guys want that type of security. Everybody, Trevor Lee, I think that dude's still like 27. And we've seen that guy wrestle for the last like 20 years. That dude's been around, Trevor Lee. And he's still not even 30 yet. So,
So with all the hype that Veer got, do you think we could see him? And I don't think going back home is the right thing for him, right? Because he really didn't do much here.
Where?
Do you think that Veer Mahan or whatever the name was, but Maheen?
Veer Mahan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they were hyping him. And especially on social media, he's coming for like fucking 4
It was like
months,
a meme,
right? Like
at this point.
Yeah. At one point I was wondering if the guy was a real thing or this was like a joke in the industry, right? Like, what is this?
I wish I could edge that long.
But like, do you think that Impact says, you know what? I think this guy could be a star. Do you think MLW says, I think this guy could be a star? Do you think N.W.A says that?
If by themselves, no. I think if you could bring Jinder Mahal and you bring them with Jinder Mahal, I think that's a win for anybody. By themselves,
yeah, that's a lot of cash.
But not by themselves, there's not much highlight film by themselves. So, do you want to take that chance and say, okay, let's bring the 2 guys in by themselves and see what happens? But if you bring Jinder Mahal in, he's the voice, he's the main guy, he's the face of that crew. With them 3, you have to pay them, but you do like everybody doing now. You give them a specific contract, like you said, what they do with Santana and they do with what's the Indian kid that left too? That's
Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, Mustafa Ali. Those guys, they're getting a specific contract, but they're able to work other places.
Yeah, if you can, I don't want to say lowball is not the right term, but you can pay them less as long as you allow them to go work elsewhere if they so desire.
Thank you. Santana's there now, and then he's the champion for House of Glory, on top of other places. Mustafa Ali wrestling there, he's the division champion other places.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Nick Nemeth, he's Ziggler. He's the champion or Impact nothing, but down in Japan, he's a champion in Japan and other places. So you pay them what they want, or pay them for per appearance, pay for their hotel, pay for their car, pay for their airlines to come back and forth. They'll be happy as long as they don't have to spend money out of their own pocket. And they're able to work anywhere else. I said, shit, hell yeah, Jeff, I'll be there. You paying for everything for me?
So, you're Kwon guy, right? Like, he never really got the opportunity in NXT.
No.
And I think he'd be the hardest guy to put. Huh?
Well, he was with Saya Lee for a while. They had them together, like some kind of
like a ninja stable.
Yeah, like one of those old-fashioned dragons sword things, shit like that.
Like those Shaolin.
Yeah, together as a package, that would be awesome if you get them together as a package somewhere else, so like Impact or MLW, especially MLW, they fit perfectly in MLW with country unit.
Hold on. Keep that thought, because we're gonna transition. I like where you're going with this. And we had that third one, right? So you're gonna start on the third one, and
not yet. Hold up, one more person. Von Wagner is one guy who definitely has a lot of skill. He's a monster. I mean, he's built he looks like a monster, and he does have a lengthy, career, but it's all being NXT. And he was a Uncle Vince guy. And when Uncle Vince was gone the first time, he was coming up, and then he went back down again, and he just kind of got stuck there, and he never came out of NXT. Somebody like him, he could go in by himself and really do some damage somewhere. That that they could, you could make him into a monster, somebody's bodyguard. Or even become a champion somewhere in one of those companies out there. I mean, he does have that type of skill. So NXT
Rob, talk to me about
definitely.
Wagner before we get out of here.
Yeah, I agree with Muffins. Like you can't, as Enzo Amore said, you can't teach size.
Yeah.
And as long as Wagner gets tolerable in the ring, Like there should be a place for him in professional wrestling because he's what 6'10"ish, like he's a big dude, he can actual big, not just like big for the indies. So like he can do some damage somewhere, and like right now in his career, like silent bodyguard would be perfect. Just have him stand there in the background, towering over everyone. Like he's got kind of like the look of thing. Yeah, he's got the look of a monster.
Yeah,
like,
he does
with that caveman forehead and whatnot.
Yeah,
like he's got a yeah. Like he's got like. And when he does, and when he does, he's got like he's not like Sid levels, but he's got this like weird charisma about him, like that he's entertaining, even though like he's not a good talker, but like somehow you're very entertained by it. So he's got this weird charisma about him that I mean you could totally he could be totally used somewhere. Actually, like in terms of like experimental stuff, I think him and Veer are like two guys story wise you can probably do something interesting with, because you have Von Wagner, who just looks like a guy who will wreck you, like you built him in a laboratory. And then the case of Veer, like again, like there's a whole lot of stuff in the background like that nobody touched on in WWE. Like they only just let him be like silent Indian stereotype 107 when in reality he had a movie made about him. Like, yeah, you don't have to give him a baseball gimmick, but like reference that, like, dude's got a background interesting enough that they made a movie about him. Like, touch on that. Like, if you look at the guy's social media, like, I'm not going to call it like $1 million man. He doesn't flaunt necessarily. He's not necessarily flaunting wealth, but he is a very very stylish. He dresses to the nines, and like so like. You can't tell me like the best you came up with for someone like Veer, and actually Senga was kind of the same too. Like he cleaned up very well as well. Like the best you guys came up with was just like half naked. I'm angry all the time because I'm in America and I'm actually Indian. Like, dude, no, you got like two guys that are like, look at me, I'm better than you. Look how I dress, I am better than you. Like you could do something like that with them, or like give them faux ladies men gimmick. Like there is so much creative potential, like just in Veer alone, to just experiment with. I'm not going to say like he's going to be like a main event level star or anything, but like there was so much you could have done with Veer just creatively. And WWE did absolutely nothing with it. And again, like I feel like the creative options with Von Wagner are a little bit more limited, but the dude is like 6'8" and looks like a caveman. You don't have to be that creative with him to be effective. As long as he is serviceable in the ring, like you don't even have to give him real matches. You just pay him to stand behind somebody. And then when it comes time to do it, bam! You just one chop to the head and they're dead.
You put them together with Trevor Lee, the Cavemans or something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, they'll be destroying everybody, like you said.
And Trevor Lee can.
So they're gonna come out with it's Captain Caveman and Son.
She was like clubbing people in the head. Boom. But one thing that I'm happy about, Robbie E. I got scared when Bad Wagner got released because I what's gonna happen to Robbie E now. But I heard that he's gonna get pushed up now to be a writer or producer there at NXT. So he starts there tonight doing that now. Till they find something else for him to do. But he's gonna be there working behind those doors, and still getting paid. So,
and it's funny because a lot of people gave Robbie E and Jesse Goddard shit, right, with the bromance.
The bromance.
Those are the two coolest. I mean, I can't even tell you how cool they were outside the ring, how respectful they were, how chill, laid back. Like those are two good dudes. So Robbie E, it's really cool that he's going up because that's where the money is. It's not in the ring; it's working, in the upper knee doing the dizzle. We talked all that shit. We got one more topic for you, Muppets.
Today's your boy's birthday too.
Who?
Goddard.
Oh, happy birthday, my brother. God bless and all that. I'll jump on the shit and send him a message in a minute. Listen, for my team, we out of here. Deuces, one more on your heads.
Deuces. Balloon.